Psalms 68 and verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalms or song of David. Let thy power arise, let his enemies be scattered, let them also that hate him flee before him. I want to give our praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yehoshua Ba'Hashem, Charakah Kwadash. Double honors to our elders and our apostles of Great Millstone, and a salute to all the sincere elect out there. Ariel, giving you all coming back at you with another lesson right now. So, to me, that sounds like a war cry. A war cry and aka prayer. So yeah, are we not in spiritual warfare? So in time you go over the Psalms, you know the affirmations, the Psalms, the prayers, the songs of David, puts you in a certain mindset. And yeah, just wanna hit a couple of precepts before I hit the road, because yeah, it's a spiritual. It's like a jungle outside. Sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep on going under. Yep. As a matter of fact, let me just. It's like a jungle outside. Sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep on going under. Lyrics. I'll try again. It's like a jungle outside. Sometimes it makes me wonder how I keep on going under. Lyrics. Grandmaster Flash. So I just had a flashback. That's the dude there, Grandmaster Flash. Nah, yeah, there's truth there. He's speaking from a man that lived come out of the ghetto over there in the Bronx, New York. Well, wherever he was from. But he was an Israelite, no doubt. He's reflecting on what he saw, his surroundings, and likewise, I'm just bringing it to this. Psalms 37 and 28 says, "For the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints." This should help you, all right? For those that may be struggling with, your prayers, your assignments, all right? The Lord is telling you, all right, through King David, the Lord forsaketh not his saints, but he loveth judgments. No, yeah, he loveth judgments. So what's he talking about? He's talking about he's judging his enemies, right? And forsaketh not his saints. You could put that in the same sentence. That's in the same sentence, more or less. Right? He loveth judgment, forsaketh not his saints. Therefore, he what? He loves his saints too. They are preserved forever. Ooh. I just was reading that yesterday. I said, cool. That's like how you say that? That's a super. That's a superfood, man. You get all the vitamins and minerals and nutrition and everything you get. Certain all the affirmations, the prayers are superfoods, whole grain foods. Not like in the Christian church where they be starving you out, with fast foods that just go straight through you, don't nourish the body, right? Don't go through, don't it just backs you up, and it's in one ear and out the other in the spirit. But this is from the spirit right here. I'm just getting into this. Like I said, I was meditating on some judgments yesterday doing a video, and the Lord actually loves sending out his hitman, right? His hitman are his angels, his hitman, and also his saints, right? The saints, the angels, the men of the Lord, the ground troops, the men of the Lord on the ground. Because you got the angels, they might be. You might say, well, they're everywhere anyway. But in way of a military, you have the ground troops, you have the air, you have the soldiers, which cover the ground. You have the Air Force. You know what I mean? You have the Marines, the water. The angels really cover everything, but the Most High, he's about that order, and he's got his ground troops. That's us now, covering the ground on the truth. You know what I mean? Via His word. Now let me just hold that there. Pause there. Let me come back. All right. Jump down to. I'm just going. Things I've been meditating on recently. After you do a video, you may come away with certain information yourself. in way of being edified. You know, that's why, you know, it's always encouraging, it's always good to get your wrap your mind around spirituality, right? Even though we're behind enemy lines, and Satan the devil is he's like a roaring lion seeking who he may devour. That's why, you know, you get into them prayers and it puts you in these prayers, the Psalms of David, affirmations, the songs get you in a certain mindset. Let me read it again. Right? Yep. A psalm or song of David. Let thy power arise. Let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him. Yeah. You know, I'll be doing thing yesterday. I was doing a particular thing yesterday, and you know, I looked behind me and I just felt an intense, you know, just going about my daily chores. I just felt an intense eyes on my back, eyes on my back intensely. I look behind me. I see some crackhead, the straight crackheads, crackhead women, man. You know, either my crackhead women, and I just I had to say a little rebuke, but it was an intense gaze because these people today they have demons on them. They have straight demons on them. So this is the prayer we utter, right? Before we go, we move around, you know, doing our daily chores. We utter because whether we're aware of it or not, there's the demons are out there. The how you say, the shapeshifters, the agents in the movie, the Matrix, the original movie, all of the Matrix movies. The agents are there. If there's any opening, the agents, the demons that are on people, if they see an opening, woof, they shapeshift on you quick. Say what they say or where, you know, to try and get you out of your game. So let thy power arise, let his enemies be scattered, let them also that hate him flee before him. Yeah, the angels, the agents, and let the enemies, the angels come in and protect us. Right? The angels are surrounding us. The angels surround us. So there's a spirit right here. Let me hit this. Get the dust off this. Actually, it's not that one. No, let's get it. Let's get it. Spirit, I'm just meditating on what it is right now. Right before I hit the road. Psalms 34:7 says, "The angels of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and he delivereth them." Yep. So yeah, the demons, or you know, the Satan walks around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, looking for a chance to pounce, just like lions do. But we got the counter here for you, Akim. We got the counter, and the counter is the angels. And your prayer, it comes from you first and foremost. For you to call upon them, call upon the Lord, and He sends you his the protection, the military, the spiritual military. So the Lord, right, campeth, yeah, let me get this, H25 and 83, right, meaning his angels, right, the hitmen, as we know, there was out yesterday, yesterday, the day before, and today, and you know, tomorrow, and to protect his saints forever. So always remember that, Akim, yeah, in campeth, yeah, oh yeah, bend down, lay siege against his enemy. Yeah, yeah, that's why I opened up with that one. Psalm 68. Let the enemies be scattered. Because they ain't up there idle. As we know, the angels are never idle. They always got assignments to do. Either going to judgments, because the Lord does what? He loveth judgments, or coming from judgments. But they're doing the Lord's work, protecting his saints. And just, you know, you hear about these soldiers and centurions that love to go and, you know, stress Jake and we say racial profile Jake, looking for something to do because Satan finds work for idle hands. Well, you got the angels; they're never idle. They're always doing the work of the Lord. They're always ready. So we got to be ready. You know, they love to work for the Lord. They love to carry out his assignment. So we pray to the Lord, and he sends out his angels to encamp, protect us. Let me get into this word here. All right, I don't want to butcher it, but right, there you go. Right, to incline by implication, to decline, to pitch tent. That's it. To encamp, to pitch tent. Yeah, siege about or siege. So we got angels that coming anytime we call upon them, and line backing off a prayer. These prayer videos, I've been hearing these prayer videos, brothers putting up these videos on prayer, right? Line backing off our elders, our apostles, you know, um, how the power of prayer goes, the Lord's word goes out and it don't return without results. That's I believe that's Isaiah. Is it Isaiah 55 and 11? I've got to fact check it. Let me see. Let me see. Right, we're gonna get into some of this now. I don't want it to be a long one, but we're gonna hit some of the points here. The bullet points before I hit the road. Right? Because David had that mindset. Isaiah, is it? I believe it's 55. Let me get the dust off of it. And 11. Check on the tablet first. Yeah, there you go. That's the one. Isaiah 55. Lord willing, be a quick one, but yeah, Lord willing, it's an edifying one as well. Right, you can include this very much so, right, when you're putting up those prayers. I was watching the movie Black Adam yesterday. That's one of my favorite movies right at this moment in time. I got a lot of them, but anytime when it comes to action and them kind of so-called Marvel, them those superheroes, those Disney, I was in that movie. So what did he say? Anytime he got into a little jam, you know, and there's always a bit of drama. There's always drama in his movie. What did he say? Shazam! And that's when he becomes a force to be reckoned with. So that the Shazam, the master, the Grand Master, he doesn't hesitate to intervene, the divine intervention. Anytime you say the word Shazam, it's on. So Isaiah 50. Why did I just say that? Isaiah 55 and 11 says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth, and it shall not return unto me void." Right? Yeah, you put out those prayers in the movie. Put up those prayers, the affirmations, in the spirit, the spiritual Shazam, calling upon the Lord, and what does he do? He comes. You understand? He encamps. Right? Doesn't mean we walk around like we're invincible, we untouchable. The movie is what it is. The movie is what it is. Sometimes the Most High may give you little dilemmas, conundrums to solve. Those conundrums. Where it used to be called there's something that I used to like to do it used to be in the newspaper back when there was those type of things. Noughts and crosses, conundrums. You don't hear about that no more. The noughts and crosses is just another conundrum game where you figure it out. There's another conundrum that what's the other one? That conundrum that we used to do a lot. We used to do it. You had some brothers that are really good at it, man. The square something. Oh man, what was that conundrum? That square thing. Anyway, brothers who know probably know. You probably can read my mind what I'm trying to say. The conundrum with the square thing where you had to put the colours together. But anyway, that the Lord, he be giving us conundrums so that we don't walk around like we just we're an invincible superhero, because even superheroes have their weaknesses. Even Black Hadder, he had a particular stone that he had a weakness to, but he had to overcome it. And the word Shazam just power comes to him. Boom, bam, bim, Shazam, and it's real. So we got that power. We ain't got that power. We got the real power. because that's just a movie. Yeah, the power of the Lord, the Holy Spirit, the Lashawan Kwadash, right? The Holy Spirit. We got that. Lashawan, the Holy Spirit. But yeah, so it comes in quicker than that Shazam. Believe it. We gotta believe that. We gotta really well and truly believe that. But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. Yeah, you may have, if you have a doubt day, right? Don't have a doubt day, but if you get a doubt day, your good days and your bad days, you get back, right? Get back on that. Get back on it. Get back on it, right? Because the Lord do what? He encampeth around his saints, right? He encampeth around his saints, right? And it's a siege, right? The devil has his little he looks for opportunity. Yeah, they are. So I was doing just moving around, doing my chores, day-to-day chores. I just felt these intense eyes on me. I looked around, right? And yeah, the most I could put a certain, yeah, when it's demons, right? Demons are cowards, really. Anyway, demons are cowards. They're just looking for opportunities to prance. And the Spirit of the Lord had me turn around, and I had my hoodie on, and maybe the Spirit of the Lord made me have a look back at them, like you want steer me out, but I'll steer your ass out. The most I could have put a certain look on my face, like, oh, I see ya. I'm watching ya. You watching me watching you. And then I just see the demons just turn away, and just walk away. You know what I mean? So yeah, the angels, the angels can make us appear in a certain way. He can put a hologram of, it's just you, and we're just worms walking around. But the most I can put a hologram around us, a hologram, an angel walking behind us, or even an entourage of angels walking with us, and we don't see them, but the demons see them. Someone used to know, used to think that he could have his way with you, and then you see, you see you, and then nah, ain't messing with that dude. And you're thinking, what me? It's not you. It could be you, but the Spirit of the Lord could give you a certain look. He can do that as well, but he can just make a hologram appear where there's two angels, one on your left, one on your right, or an entourage of angels all around you, walking with you, and then you wonder why the person put their face down and walk away, or the persons, right, don't even want to look upon you, can't even, that nigger, that niggerdom, evil eye foolishness. Yeah, but we're in that mindset. That's the mindset we should be. Right? And that's really the point I want to make. And woke up with that in my spirit, and land backing off videos as well on that prayer, the power of that prayer. So let's get back where we were. The Lord encampeth around his saints, man. We ain't gonna forget that. Alright? And that's his angels, and his saints are, I'll say, the grand troops. The angels would be the Marines, which we know. I'm just using that as a metaphor or an example. The angel would be the Marines or the Air Force, they could be anything they need to be. But right now, we're just the worms. We're the grand troops. Worms soon to be made. The 141,000 elect men. But yeah, we need protection. That's the point. We need protection. And once again, Psalms 34 and 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and he delivereth them. Because, right, when we call upon the Lord, just like the movie, I'm gonna be watching that for a little while. Every time I watch that movie, Black Adam, I see something new. Right, just like Black Adam, he had that ability to call for power. You understand? Right, he was dealing with demons, man. Dr. Fate is another character too. Dr. Fate, he can predict the future, and he was doing his thing. He was getting down in the movie, Dr. Fate, and Dr. Fate would be Faith, and he actually was dealing Dr. Fate, because they was what they call him. They was the Justice Society, the Justice Society. Dr. Fate was the old wise man, the guru, and he actually encouraged Black Adam to remember, yeah, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. You're a warrior. You're an ancient warrior coming back. Don't doubt yourself. And he had to tell him. Right? He unlocked the change. He unlocked his mind. He's like Dr. Fate has the ability to shapeshift or causing illusions. He deals with illusions, which is magic. He has the power of magic, and he has the power to use telepathy. And he can get into your head for good or for bad. If you're the enemy, he can get into your head to to cause you to doubt. You know, in them just like you see, you know, anybody who's into the boxing, and you see the press conferences where the one who's full of confidence usually tries to get into the one who's not so confident into his head. Right? Like Tyson used to do, use that intimidation tactic, but get into their heads. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it may work. Right? You beat them before they enter the ring. So Dr. Fate, if you're not so strong mentally, you get into your head. But he couldn't mess with that demon. But he said, yeah, but there is someone who can. And he said to the demon, the demon said, no one can mess with me. No one can beat me. Dr. Fate said, yeah, maybe I can't, but there's someone who can. And then the demon, you could see the demon, he got into his head by using telepathy. The demon started to, oh shit. Oh, you can see the little bit of doubt in his eyes. And then, yeah, but he kind of, what's the word? He became a martyr. Dr. Fate was a martyr to bring Blackadder. He communicated with Blackadder while he was in chains under the bottom of the sea. Communicated with him by getting into Black Adam's head, right? Which was the faith. And even Black Adam had a down day. And Black Adam was convinced, yeah, I am a warrior from the ancient. That's us, bruv. That's us. We're the ancient warriors from back, way back. We're the Lord willing. I'll say that, right? Lord willing, I say that for humility's sake, but we're the ancient warriors that are back in our lots, right? To be made from worms into the 144,000 warriors, men of the Lord, hitmen, the grand troops, which will become a force to be reckoned with, right? We're going to get busy. Grand troops, extraterrestrial, out of body, out of the earth, anywhere, right? Universal, shapeshifter, all the things you can imagine, right? All the things that you see these superheroes doing or supervillains doing, right? Telepathy, shape-shifting, becoming intangible. We're going to be doing that and then some. So, but we got to know, we got to believe it, right? Just like Black Adam had a doubt, and then he came back to him. Dr. Fate got into his head and told him, you're the ancient warrior back here to save Dalmar, whatever that blasted place was called, right? That village Dalmar, whatever the blasted place was called. But yeah, he was convinced when Dr. Fate got into his head and he said, Shazam! And it was on and popping. I was that movie. It had me, man. I'm gonna watch it again. Loud willing, I watch it anything because it had me going. Yeah. Anyway, once again, Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Right? You put up the prayer, the affirmations with confidence and faith in thy power, because that's our power, right? All these superheroes got theirs. You know what I mean? The sword, the hammer, Thor, the helmet. Yeah, that helmet was another thing too. Dr. Fate, that helmet gives him the ability to do almost things out of the box, unimaginable things. Cause delusions. He can cause all kinds of imaginations. Oh man, cause distractions, holograms. Boy, that's some power that is. Whew. Anyway, so yep, and he got into the Black Adam's head for good. Though he used it for good, and it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. Woo! You see, when we're gonna have that, when we are stepped up into that another level, man. Oh boy, the manipulating the elements, man. Oh boy. Let me come back right down. Let me come back down to earth. Right? And yeah, that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whatsoever I send it. Yep. That's faith right there. Right? That's faith. Dr. Faith. Dr. Fate had that faith. He could convince any doubters to believe. So I want to get back to this, right? To land back just about the precept to what I just read here. Yeah, Isaiah 55. This is the precept. Back to Psalms 68 and 11. The Lord gave the word. Yeah, see it there? The word. His word that goes forth don't return without results. You know, that's the kind of faith we're getting now. We're growing in that because you use it, and the more you use it, the more side gives you encouragements, and you grow in it. Right? Like I say, those demons I saw or I felt, their eyes was on me, and I look back. I felt the eyes. I looked back. Most of them could have put a certain facial impression on me. I had my hoodie on, but you know what? Who really are the king of terrors? Not the demons. The Lord is the king of terrors. So we gonna be terrible out here to the demon. Disclaimer: when Yahushua returns, that's the disclaimer. But we gonna be, yeah, the real teas, right? In the spirit, right? In the spirit, we're gonna be the real teas, yeah. Because even the demons shudder, right, at the word of the Lord. Talking about the word. So the Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that publish it, yeah. So right now we got the ground troops, right? They're just worms, right? Disclaimer: we're just harmless with the word of the Lord, but the word of the Lord is powerful, right? The word of the Lord is powerful. Yep, the word of God is powerful. As a matter of fact, why did I just something in the back of my head that wants to come out? So my word that go forth, the word of the Lord is power. Oh, let me just put that in. I don't know. There's something that wants to come out in the spirit. let me see. Let me see. Let me see if I can. The word. The word of the Lord is power. KJV Bible. Alright, no, you didn't get that. The word of the Lord is power. KJV Bible. Oh, I know what I was thinking. I know what I was thinking. Hebrews, let's get the dust of it. Why not? Hebrews 4. let's just get it. And there's another one I've got now too. Oh, I don't want it to be long, but I must be allowed to read Hebrews, and then we're gonna come back to Psalms again. No, I didn't want that. Didn't want that. Go back. A misprint. We're back on. So Hebrews 12 and 4. No, no. Back to front. It can happen. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. All right, that's it. That's the one. Yeah. Hebrews 48 and 12 says, "For the word of thy power, yeah, is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword." Yep. Shazam. We gonna say it in the spirit though. We're gonna say Yehovah Shem Shai. And that's the word. That's our calling. That's our power. That's our connection. Right? That's the surge of power that flowed through us. Right? That's the surge. Say my name so that my power will flow through you. Let me just come back right down to earth. So lucky I can come back down to earth. For the word of thy power is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing of the sunder of the soul and the spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and it is a discerner of the thoughts and intent of the heart. Yep, that's the word. That's the power. You know, we say the prayer through the name. That's the power. So since I've read that now, another precept just come to me. We don't got to go nowhere. We just got to jump down. Here you have it. Here you have it. Jumping, going back to Psalm 68 and 34. Let me resurrect some of my favorite scriptures again. Ascribe ye strength. Yeah, kazak. Strength in the Hebrew. unto thy power. His excellency is over all, over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds, right? That's his chariots. But he's everywhere, right? His angels are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. He's omnipotent, if I'm saying it right. He's everywhere. He has the ability to be everywhere, right? A military that can be everywhere, right? You got the ground troops, that's us, and soon we're going to be on another level. But there you have it. Strength, Kazak. Wa Kazak Naya. Lord, give me strength. Wa Matazak Naya. And strengthen Lahab, my heart. So I say that, I say that anytime I need to just draw a quick jab, if necessary, a quick jab, or the spiritual sword. You say Ha Kazaknaya wa Matazaknaya Labia. Lord, give me strength and strengthen my heart. Know what I mean? Babakusha, 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 please, 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 in the Hebrew. Or you might say Shemai, Aitha, Lord, hear me. Wa Kazaknaya, and strengthen. Wa Matazaknaya, and strengthen my heart. Right? Labia, my heart. Ha Kazaknaya, Wa Matazaknaya, Lahab, my heart, or mind. So, like I say, I'm preparing my mind right now to just, because there's a jungle out there, and it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. But how do I keep from going under? Ascribe to the Lord his strength, thy power, his excellency is over Israel, his strength is in the clouds, because these angels are camping all around them that feareth us. And we ain't overconfident, we just within the confidence and the confinement and the protection, as the encampment says, of the Lord. That's where the confidence comes from, the Lord. Not self-confidence, no arrogance, but self-confidence, or confidence in the Kazak, in the strength of the Lord. That's where the strength comes from, the Lord, right? Because Shazam has his what do you say, his alter ego, his word, right, which is a movie, but we have our true word, which is the truth, and it ain't no fiction. The Most High's movie is real. It's real. Here's the point. 35. Oh, thy power, thou art terrible out of the holy place. Boy, they don't want Yahushua coming back. They don't want to be messing about when Yahushua return. When he come back, it's going to be on and popping. That's the real terror, not the demons, them horror movies. The real terrors of the Lord, the angels, right? The hitmen that don't miss. You saw what was happening now with this heat wave taking place, and fires be licking, these surgical strikes, as I went in yesterday. And that's the spirit of the Lord. That's not where he's in control of the left-hand side and right-hand side. Right? Holy place, yeah. Oh, thy power, thou art terrible, boy. That's why we tremble, man. And it's going to be, when that WW3 kicks off and the Lord comes and gets us, it's going to be, it's going to be, how you say, whoo, it's going to be out there, it's going to be on and popping. Let me just say it like that. The words escape me right now. But the Lord is really well and truly terrible. That's when, as I like to say, this movie will get more and more dramatic. It's a slow burner. Thy power, right? Holy, out of the holy place, because it's going, don't worry about the Kraken in those old movies. Oh, the Kraken, he let loose the Kraken, Clash of the Titans. Don't worry about all of that. No, man. Lord is the one that's terrible. All them Dracula movies and all of that. Used to get nightmares when we was younger, but no. It's the real terror right here. Lord willing, we're going to be on the right side where he's saints, and he forget not his saints forever. Right? Thy power, O Israel, is he that giveth strength and power unto his people. Blessed be thy power. See? That's the connection right there. It's the word, and it's the confidence in the Lord, and it's the faith. So, Duwadiyah Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ka La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Just wanted to hit that vibration out there before I hit the road. Right? Because the Most High is about, he's the real terror. So a psalm or song of David, let thy power arise. And they don't want the crack. Talk about the Kraken. It's the Lord they fear. They're gonna fear. Let his enemies be scattered. Yeah, he's gonna scatter his enemies, all right. He's gonna scatter his enemies, all right. Forget, yeah, the surgical strikes. They're hitting here and hitting there, hitting there, hitting there. It's gonna be everywhere though when Yahushua return. Let them also that hate him flee before him. Yeah, we're gonna have a certain look on us. I'm talking about, yeah, Yahushua gonna return. He gonna lead the charge, but we're gonna have a certain look on us. We're just gonna be able to look at them. We can give them the death stare if we want. Give them the death stare, boy. And the angels just shut up, right? Turn to stone in the spirit. So that's the point right there. So the Lord ain't gonna forsake his saints, right? He ain't gonna forsake his saints, and they gonna perish. The what they are about Shemashai. So that's it. That's the point, man. You know, we have a power beyond, above and beyond what these heathens have. And the Lord said he ain't gonna forget his saints. Right? The what they to all about Shemashai, Kala, Yahweh Shemashai. Till the next one.